Welcome to the fourth episode in our six-part series of writing exercises for applicants and students delivered by the Creative Writing course team, which is part of the University of Worcester's Department of English, Media and Culture. My name is Jack McGowan and I'm the course leader for Creative Writing. Each of these sessions has been designed to give applicants a taster of the sort of writing exercises you may experience during a typical class. Current students may also view these sessions and use them as writing prompts for independent study. This session introduces Paratext, all the elements of publication that exist alongside the main body of the text and that can have an impact on the way it is interpreted by the reader. It's well understood that writing a novel is no stroll in the park. It's something that takes time, patience and commitment, and there can often be points in the process where you feel like giving up. Writer's block is defined by Mike Rose in Writer's Block: The Cognitive Dimensions as an inability to begin or continue writing for reasons other than a lack of basic skill or commitment. It's not that you're not good enough to write a novel, though it very often feels that way. It's a much more complicated part of the writing process, and it can often be a sign that you need to make a change to the story or take the novel in a different direction to inspire you and motivate you to continue. Whatever's the root cause, it's not something to be worried about. In the Essays of 3 Decades, the writer Thomas Mann suggests that a writer is someone for whom writing is more difficult than it is for other people. If you're finding the writing process difficult, don't worry, it is difficult, and struggling with it just means that you're engaging with it. There are lots of strategies for breaking through writer's block, and a good place to start is to think about what your novel offers the reader beyond the main text. Paratext is defined by the literary theorist Gérard Gennet as a fringe of the printed text which in reality controls one's whole reading of the text. It's everything outside of the actual story, the main body of writing, contributes to how a reader will perceive your novel and could include the title, the front cover, illustrations, maps, timelines, and a range of other elements that in some way add to the reading experience. If you're stuck midway through a longer narrative and you can't work out what comes next, it can be refreshing to take a step back and think about all the things that might contribute to the finished book. Drawing a map of your fictional world can be an excellent way to stretch your world-building skills. And it might be that you discovered there's actually a mountain range your heroes must cross to reach their destination, which gives you the content you need for your next chapter. Maybe you just can't work out how 2 characters are meant to fit together until you sketch out a rough timeline or family tree and you discover that they could be long-lost relatives. Thinking about your novel in a 3-dimensional way can help you overcome tricky moments and get your writing moving again. Another significant element of Paratext is the BLURB or jacket copy. This is the short description usually found on the back of the book. It helps to get readers excited about reading it. Along with other paratext such as the front cover, which is a marketing tool that will help sell the book, and it's often written with a particular audience or demographic in mind. Try writing your own blurb for an imagined novel or for a real project that you're currently working on. It's usually best to keep it around 100 to 200 words. Some books will have longer blurbs and some will have shorter ones. You have to think carefully about what you need to communicate about your story in order to attract your reader's attention, and then balance this against the amount of space you have on the back of the book. Try to sum up what's exciting about your story and why you think it might appeal to your reader, or offer hints and clues about the mysteries contained in the pages. It's worth bearing in mind that a lot of publishers will have influence over the direction of your paratext. You may well find that your publisher or editor will want to write the blurb themselves so that they can aim it at a particular market. Still a worthwhile exercise for you to try, even if you don't end up writing the finished jacket copy. You'll need to be able to communicate what's exciting about your book in a brief and enticing way in order to secure the interest of a publisher or agent in the first place. Getting into the practice of writing blurbs will enable you to sharpen up these skills. It can also help you get back in touch with the intrigue that's driving the story and help you overcome any writer's block you may be experiencing. Here are some examples of blurb text and 3 books published over the last 10 years that you can use for inspiration when writing blurbs for your own narratives. It may only be a small part of the overall process of writing a novel, but it can be a really important one. Studying creative writing at the University of Worcester is not just about improving your writing skills, it's also about introducing you to all the aspects involved with professional writing and helping you to think about all the different things that go into producing a publication that you're proud of and that best represents who you are as a writer. Thanks for listening to this creative writing taster session exploring Paratext. If you've already applied to study creative writing at the University of Worcester, or if you're interested in applying, please do feel free to get in contact with us using the following email addresses. We're always happy to help.